Hi there, back with another video review, and as the title clearly states, today we will be reviewing these Ferraris in 1/64th scale produced by Kyosho. So, well, to be more specific, let's start off with the model on the left. So this one is a Ferrari California, and then the dark blue one is a 599 GTB Fiorano. This one is the 599 SA Aperta, so this is an open convertible, open top convertible. This one over here is a 599 GTO. This one, the 599XX, and finally the 599XX Evo. So, well, what I'm gonna do is obviously give each of these models individual screen time. So let's just start off with the California. Now, in case you are wondering, why am I reviewing or basically including the the California in this review, is because, for the life of me, I've got no idea what the difference is between the 599 and the California. I mean, I'm just going to bring in the 599 GTB Fiorano in the picture, and as you can see, in terms of the overall body design, the shape, everything looks exactly the same. I mean, well, not exactly, but you get what I mean. The shape is there. They both look very similar. So that's the reason why I collected the California. I've also got the California T in 1/18 scale produced by Burago. Anyway, enough talk. Let's just start with the review for the California. So in terms of the side profile, well, actually, before I get into the details, I do want to also highlight, for Kyosho models, they are relatively lighter compared to, for example, Mini GT. Now, I'm not sure. I do believe these are die-cast metal, but probably the metal compound or the weight of the metal is slightly lighter compared to the ones used on Mini GT. So just a fun fact. Anyway, in terms of the side profile for the Ferrari California, so as you can see, nice details with the intakes at the side there. I'm not sure if this is actually supposed to be, in a different shade, but, Kyosho just painted everything the same as the body color. But, in terms of the indentation or the markings, as you can see with the door, nice details over there. Also nice touch with the door handle. And well, in case you're wondering, does it roll? Yes, it does. So it's pretty smooth. And with Kyosho models, the wheels are made out of rubber. And just taking a look at the tire rims itself, nice details really. You've got more indentations or markings on the edges, so that's pretty cool. And yeah, I think under the, when I tilt it this way, you'll be able to see that there is a speck over there, an orange dot. So I'm guessing this is to represent the signal light. And I think there is actually a marking over there. I'll just try and zoom in. So even at this angle, I'm still not able to read what it says. But back to the rest of the side, so you've got nice details with the back part of the car as well. And I'm just gonna tilt it like this a little bit. So as you can see, nice shape on the top. You've got all these lines or markings to make it look, as realistic as possible. And I do want to also point out that the paintwork on the Ferrari California is actually very nice. It's got a very metallic, well, glossy metallic finishing. So far so good. And as we come to the front profile, so in terms of the Ferrari emblem or the logo, I think it is very crisp and very sharp. And you also get the signature prancing horse logo on the front grills, which I might add is actually, well, it comes with a 3D effect, so it's not just a flat surface, or it's it's not a painted or a sticker. So this is how the front grills look like. And then just take a look at the headlamps. So these are plastic inserts and they do feature some pretty solid details inside. Very nice indeed. And just tilting it upwards so you guys can have a look at the hood or the bonnet. So as you can see, you know, this actually comes with some nice details over there, but I don't think this actually goes through, as in there is no hole to it. I think it's just painted in black, but details really not bad. So just zooming outwards to show you guys how the front windshield looks like. So pretty decent details with the windshield wipers. So let's just move on to the other side profile. Well, on this side, I think there are a bit of scratch marks on the door windows, but to me that's just a minor nitpick. And obviously the details over here are going to be similar to the other side, except for the fuel cap, which appears over here, and it is nicely marked. So let's just quickly move on to the back profile. So well, on the back, I think the prancing horse emblem or the logo is not very good. Honestly speaking, it just looks like a freak a freak badge over there. Pretty disappointed with that. But in terms of the details on the tail lamps, I think it is nicely executed. And then you've got some additional details such as the exhaust. So you've got 2 exhausts on either side. And well, with the brake light in the center here, it's just, I think it's just painted on. And then you've got the Ferrari emblem or the badge, which actually looks pretty nice. So no complaints about that. And this is how the top profile looks like. And finally the base. So let's just put this back into its original slot there and bring in the next model. So this one is the 599 GTB Fiorano. So in terms of the well, in terms of the finer details, I think the paintwork is actually covering most of the door markings. So as you can see, the lines are not exactly visible, you know, unlike the unlike the Ferrari California. So as you can see, you know, the door markings are very visible, very nicely detailed there. But unfortunately, with this 599 GTB Fiorano, it is, well, the paint application kind of makes the door markings smudged. So same thing, you know, with the door handle here, the back of the door. So, oh man, not so good. But in terms of its rollability, yes, it does roll. Does have a bit of squeaky sound to it as well. But you know, just take a look at the tire rims. I think the details are actually well executed. Very nice to see. So you've got the Ferrari badge at the side there, which looks pretty nice. And just coming along to the front profile. So in terms of the Ferrari badge, I think this one is pretty similar to the California. Then you've got the prancing horse logo. Looks kind of faded in a way, but it also has that 3D effect to it. And then just take a look at the grills at the bottom there. So you've got on either side. I think these ones are okay. As for the headlamps, so again, it's plastic inserts. And it does feature some decent details inside. And well, just gonna lift the front hood or the bonnet upwards, share with you guys, you know, all the other details such as these intake markings here. So again, no hole, as in it doesn't go all the way through, but nice indentation. And just to share the front windshield, so again, decent details with the windshield wipers. So this is how it looks like on the other side profile. And you know what, I am not exactly sure where the fuel cap appears. Kind of weird, really. And just moving along to the back profile. So on the Ferrari 599 GTB Fiorano, I think the prancing horse emblem does look pretty neat and sharp, so no complaints over there. And then you've got the tail lamps, again plastic inserts, pretty nice details, no complaints. And well, for the brake light, well, just under the boot, well, that is just a paint marking. And then just lifting it up to share with you guys, it does have a very small spoiler. Maybe if I tilt it this way, you'll be able to see the shape. And this is how it looks like on the top profile. So in terms of the paint work or the paint application, no complaints. And this is how the base looks like. So I'm just gonna put it back into place there and bring in the well, this one is the 599 SA Aperta. So this is the only one with an open top. So in terms of the details on the door markings, I think this one does look a lot better compared to the 599 GTB Fiorano. So it does roll. And in terms of the marking, so on this one, the fuel cap appears on this side. And in terms of the front windshield, as you can see, it comes with a very nice silver tone along the mirror frame. So it does match with the side mirrors as well. So on the front profile, I think no complaints. Well, don't mind the dust. I didn't really polish the model before I did the review. But in terms of the Ferrari emblems or the logo, so on both of them, I think the details are pretty nice. And then for the for the headlamps, so again, plastic inserts, but in terms of the details, I think it's quite bare. And this is how the top profile of the hood or the bonnet looks like. So some nice indentations or markings. So let's just move on to the other side profile. So obviously no complaints here. It is practically the same as the other side. And well, I also forgot to mention, you know, for the well, the back or the side of the back part of the car, it does have these silver fins. So I'm guessing this is well, what I meant to say is that you know, the shape, I'm guessing it's for aerodynamics purposes, and also obviously this is where the roof would sit in when you open up the roof of this convertible. So this is how the back profile looks like. So for the Ferrari emblem, I think the paintwork or the marking this time around, it's not as good as the I think the 599 GTB Fiorano, because the California one also looks a bit smudged. So, you know, with Kyosho models so far, you know, based on these three models, you can tell that there are hits and misses in terms of their paint application, especially with the logo or the emblem. But you know, other parts such as the tail lamps, nicely done. The exhaust also nicely done. The diffusers are also well executed. And with the Ferrari badge at the back there, it does look pretty sharp. And this is how the top profile looks like. So I think this being an open top model, you'll be able to see the details in terms of the interior, especially the seats. So you can see some pretty nice details to it. It's not just a plastic looking chair or seat. And then this is how the base looks like. So up next is the 599 GTO. So in terms of the side profile, I think this one does look very aggressive indeed, very sporty. Again, same thing, so the fuel cap appears on this side as well. And as you can see, the tire rims are different. I think so far with all the this being the fourth model in the review so far, all the tire rims are different. So yes, it does roll smoothly as well. So you've got the Ferrari badge on this side, then just a speck of orange dot over there. And as we come to the front profile, so again, no complaints really. The prancing horse logo down there, the silver one, does look pretty nice this time. Looks very sharp, and of course it also features that 3D effect. So for the headlamps, plastic inserts with some pretty nice details inside actually. So this is how the top profile of the hood or the bonnet looks like. So let's just move on to the side profile. So details, obviously similar with the other side, and I also do want to point out that with this one, it does actually, well, it is actually pretty loose. As you can see, the base is sort of coming off. I've already tightened the screws underneath, but unfortunately, it still appears like this. So pretty bummed by that. Anyway, this is how the back profile looks like. So I think it's pretty obvious that the Ferrari emblem or the logo over here, well, for the silver paint mark, is already missing or faded. So pretty disappointed to see, you know, so far with these Kyosho models that I've reviewed, I think there are really quite a few hits and misses. Oh my god. But apart from that, nice details with the exhaust, with the tail lamps, and the Ferrari badge looking neat and sharp as usual. So this is how the top profile looks like. So I do like the two-tone effect, especially on the roof compared to the body color. And this is how the base looks like. So this one is pretty plain. I'm not sure if this is how the real car is supposed to look like underneath. So let's just put that disappointment away and bring in the next one, which is the 599 XX. So in terms of the markings, I think this one looks okay. I mean, just take a look at the door markings there. This also has some pretty faded details, maybe because of the paintwork on the body. This is just my guess. But in terms of the fuel cap, so this one does look pretty unique compared to the other models, the earlier models that we reviewed, because this one looks like it's actually a separate part that is mounted over there. And this being a the 599XX, so it does feature these wings sticking out from the side. So maybe if I put it at this angle, you'll be able to see it does look like a sort of like a dragon wing. And also you'll be able to tell that it does come with these very goofy side mirrors. Now I've already checked out the images of the real car, and I think the positioning of the side mirror is not very accurate on the Kyosho one. I'm not sure how to explain it. Yeah, but anyway, in terms of its rollability or functional wheels, yes, it does roll very smoothly. And as you can see, in terms of the tire rims, the details are again different. Maybe I'll bring in the standard 599 GTO. So as you can see, the wheels, the tire rims are different. So moving along to the front profile. So on this one, the Ferrari emblem, especially the prancing horse emblem, does look very sharp indeed. So this looks like the nicest among the earlier models that I reviewed. And also with the front headlamps, some pretty decent details. And then this is how the hood or the bonnet looks like from the top profile. As we come to the other side profile, so no complaints here. It is the same as the other side, minus the fuel cap obviously. So let's just quickly move on to the back profile. So in terms of the prancing horse logo, I think this one looks like, well, so far in terms of the logo front and back, this looks the best among the other models that I reviewed so far. And then for the tail lamps, it is blacked out. I'm not sure if this is actually plastic. It does look like it is sort of part of the body design. So this is how the top profile looks like. So I think the color tone on the roof for this 599XX actually looks a lot better compared to the 599 GTO. So I'm just going to bring it back in. So as you can see, this one just looks like a plain gray, dark gray finishing, whereas this one has some sort of metallic finishing to make it look like carbon fiber. So this is how the base looks like. So this one fortunately has more details compared to the 599 GTO. So let's just slot this back in and bring in the last model, the 599XX Evo. So on this one, details are pretty nice. You've got some nice details, especially on the side skirts, and then for the fuel cap, nicely colored over there. So well, in case you're wondering what the difference is between the 599XX Evo against the 599XX, so this one comes with the wings on the side, whereas this one only comes with a huge spoiler but no wing over there. And I think the other finer details would be the headlamps. Yeah, as you can see, this one doesn't feature any plastic inserts. It's just a bulb, painted bulb, and then the grills, yeah, the front grills. So just zooming in to share with you guys how the front grills differ between the two models. And even for the prancing horse logo, so the 599XX Evo does look a lot smaller compared to the 599XX. So far I'm thinking the 599XX actually has the better details compared to the other models that I've showed so far. So just a quick look on the other side profile, and I think I missed out, on this one for the door windows. It does actually feature the racing window, where the racing driver can actually slide the windows outwards. But yeah, I mean, this being a 1/64 scale model, obviously you won't get that sort of details. And then this is how the back profile looks like. So just zooming in to share with you guys the details. So you've got very huge diffusers underneath, again blacked out tail lamps, and then well, fortunately with the prancing horse label on the back or the logo, it does look pretty sharp actually. And then you've got a nice spoiler detail. So I think on this one, the carbon fiber details for the spoiler and the roof actually looks very nice and realistic. And this is how the top profile looks like. So as I've mentioned earlier, you know, in terms of the carbon fiber finishing on the roof and the spoiler, I think this is the most realistic so far. And it does also feature the goofy side mirrors, again similar with the 599XX. Sorry about that. Just wiping off my sweat because it is quite hot and sunny here in Malaysia. So yeah, forgot to highlight the base. Well then, overall, the details are pretty decent. And it is actually quite expensive compared to other models, I mean other brands such as Mini GT. I think this one costs between 70 to 100 ringgit, so that is equivalent to 7 times to 10 times the price of a Hot Wheels here in Malaysia. But then again, it is not that easy to find a 1/64 scale Ferrari model, and I think this is cheaper compared to Tomica. Well, I guess that's all for now. Thanks for watching.